Hello everyone, today I'm excited to guide you through the key steps in designing an effective training program. As you take on redesigning program, I'll walk you through the key activity and decisions that will help you create a program that truly benefits your team and organization. These are the key considerations when designing an effective program. When you're designing an effective program, always start by considering what your team needs the most. Tailoring your content to fit the needs ensures that the training is relevant to those who are listening and it's also valuable. This is why the needs assessment part of this is so crucial. We're going to dive into each step a little bit more, but think of these steps as the backbone to any successful training program. So this includes writing training objectives, deciding to purchase or design your training program, create a request for proposal, also known as the RFP, determine your training content, decide on training methods, so online, in-person, hybrid, and then incorporating active practice and considering elements for active learning so that the retention is high. You'll also want to set clear training objectives before you begin anything else. This is called the SMART training objectives. So one, it needs to be specific, clearly define what your participants will learn. It should be measurable, achievable, so make sure they're realistic, and relevant. It should also be time-bound, so setting a time frame for completion. So an example of this is instead of saying improve communication skills, an objective would be by the end of the training, employees will demonstrate effective communication strategies in team meetings as per peer feedback. So writing these clear objectives helps everyone stay on track, ensuring that your training program is both focused and effective. Next, we are going to talk about selecting your content and whether you should purchase your content or design it. Utilizing and having a clear request for proposal is crucial when you want to buy or design to outline your needs, expectations, and budgets. This helps you choose the right training vendor or design program. This comes down to time, resources, and how specific your company's training needs may be. As we can see from the chart here, custom programs take longer to develop, but they have the potential to better serve your company's needs. So we can see that if you're purchasing it, it can be implemented faster. So this might be things for basic organization like WMIS, but then when you're designing programs that have specific company needs, this may need to be designed by professionals. So next is determining training content and methods. So when you're including training content, you want to make sure the content is relevant and that you're not just throwing in any type of information. It should stay up to date, which may mean that you need to have customization opportunities, and it needs to be applicable to the real workplace scenarios. You also want to choose materials that reflect the challenges and situation your team faces. So if you have communication issues, then this is something that you want to include in your training so that your workplace can improve on this. Sometimes you need a different combination of training methods, but these are the main three. So there's hybrid learning, which is a combination of online and in-person methods. This provides a little bit more flexibility, but it ultimately depends on your type of training program. There's also in-person training, which is great for in-depth discussions and collaboration if you're focusing on something like teamwork. And then there's also online learning. So this may be for more protocol or HR training, onboarding type of information. It allows people to absorb the content at their own speed. Moving on to active learning and practice. These are important to ensuring employees are retaining the information you are teaching. Active practice helps employees gain the confidence in applying these new skills, and the closely that the training mirrors the actual work conditions, the more likely they are to transfer those skills back to the job. Active learning is encouragement engagement through interactive exercises and problem solving. Both of these will help increase retention in employees. You will also want to include some type of error management training, so designing a program that encourages trial and error in a controlled setting builds confidence and fosters growth. Now it's time for you to apply these principles in your own design training. Start by identifying your team needs and building a plan that balances content, methods, and active practice. Let's make this redesign a success. I'm excited to see how you use these strategies to enhance your programs and drive success. Feel free to reach out if you need any support along the way.